Dante Lasting, Bills.com. Last season, the Bills' offense ranked 20th in third down conversion percentage. Through 6 weeks of the season, the offense is ranked first with a 56% conversion rate. What is the biggest factor that is leading to more success on converting third downs this season?
Well, I think guys getting open, is the first part of it. The concepts that we have called up, I think, comes before that actually. But, Coach Dable's doing a good job of putting us in position to go out there and execute. Our guys are doing a good job of getting open and making plays with the ball in their hands. So, it's probably one of the most important stats in football is third down conversions, and we got to continue to find ways to keep getting those first downs, keep moving the chains. And, we haven't done a great enough job of that in the last couple of weeks, but, it is promising having those numbers on third down. So, but again, we got to continue to find ways to keep that going.
Thank you.
Yep.
Big Josh, my guy, how you doing? Mookie Hawkins, 1-4 Sports 1080. How you doing?
There we go, Mook. What's up?
How you doing, man? Hey, teams are starting to play, that two-man shell, dropping 8 in coverage. How consistently, how challenging is it, for you guys to be consistent at what you guys do best, knowing that, you're going to be facing those 3 to 4 man pressures?
I don't think it's super complex what they're doing. Myself, I gotta do a better job of staying patient, taking what they give me early on, force them to come up and really try to take our outlets away, and then that's when we get our chunk plays. But early on in the game, just getting going, just throwing some underneath stuff, letting our guys kind of get warm. And again, if you start completing these underneath stuff, the defense's reaction, they're going to have to play up and defend that too. So we got to make them defend all parts of the field. And, I haven't been doing a good enough job of that in the last couple of weeks. So really it's staying patient and taking what the defense gives us.
Absolutely. So, being a leader of this team, Josh, and I know that, hey, you're your own worst critic. How do you get your team refocused and re-energized to go into battle on Sunday?
There's really nothing that needs to be said or done here. We're very internally driven. We know what we have to do. Everything is still in front of us, if we want to go out and get it. So we understand that. We know that. We're not going to let last couple of weeks, put us in the tank. We're a resilient group, and we're going to keep grinding and finding ways to get better. And, we're looking forward to Sunday, putting a good showing out there and putting our best foot forward, try to go win a game.
Absolutely, man. I know you'll get the job done. Good luck this week.
Thanks, Boop.
Hey, Josh, Dan Fates up in Rochester. Micah Hyde said last year when you guys were 2-0 that confidence is a hell of a drug. Seemed like there was all the confidence in the world when you guys were 4-0. Is there something that you do? They talk about basketball shooters going and looking back at their good games. Like, do you go back to try and shake off these last 2 weeks? Because it's probably natural to have your confidence shaken a little bit.
No, I think, the analogy of you using the basketball player, shoot or shoot, we're going to keep shooting. We're not going to let, like I said, the last couple of games, throw us in the tank. We're going to keep trying to do what we do. Coach Zable's going to call a good game. We're going to go out there. We're going to execute how we're supposed to execute. And, once we get things rolling again on Sunday, that'll obviously instill some confidence. But we're a confident group, and we got a tough opponent this week, and we know that. And we're not going to, go in there and, we got to go in there and let loose. But we got to make sure we're doing things the right way throughout the week and practicing hard and, trying to go execute a game plan that, Dable puts in front of us.
If I could just have one follow-up, just your reaction to Quinton Spain being released today. It seemed to catch a lot of us off guard. Your just initial reaction.
Yeah, left Q, he's a great teammate. I wish him the best. Obviously, that's, above my pay grade and not part of my job. But anytime you have a teammate get released or whatever the case is, it's sad. You're losing part of your locker room. But so we wish him the best. But, we got to focus on a game on Sunday.
Thanks, Josh.
Hey, Josh, it's Kim Jones. How are you?
I'm doing good, Kim. Good to see you.
Good. Great to see you as always. I'm playing off a couple of my colleagues' questions because I think we're all a little bit on the same page. But I'm just curious, when I looked back, and I did this last night, I wanted to look back at your game against the Rams. And you guys looked like such a confident group, and obviously the comeback was remarkable. Is there any of that feeling? Like, I'm not talking about you taking the underneath stuff and everything, because I understand all of that. But is there a feeling you guys have to kind of get back after these last couple weeks?
I think it's just finding a groove. Last couple of weeks, we haven't been sustaining drives. We haven't been able to really stay on the field we haven't had that many possessions either. So we understand that, when we have our possessions, we gotta, we can't take them for granted. We got to go try to put up points. So once we get back in that groove, I think that feeling of just moving the ball again, like kind of what we did in that one of those last drives against Kansas City, we know we can do it, and we just got to go out there. We got to execute the game plan and the call. And, myself, it starts with me. So, and I understand that. So, we'll be better. We're going to have a good week of practice this week, and we got all of our attention focused towards the Jets.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Hey, Josh, when I know you never go against technically the opposing team's quarterback, but when you know the capabilities of the guy under center on the opposite side of the field from you, is it easy or difficult to maybe try to press a little harder or try to do too much in games like that?
I mean, I'm sure for some people, and I don't know if I was pressing early on, but I was, I had a couple opportunities down the field that we didn't hit on, and again, I got to be better. But whether it's understanding the situation, knowing that their guy's extremely good, and we don't want to give him more possessions than he needs, maybe that thought process and that mindset kind of has to take precedent over touchdown first. So again, it's a learning moment. We're not going to let one game define it, but we gotta do our job on offense, and it starts with me.
And kind of following from that, a lot of people, probably myself included, called this a get right game for you, for both sides of the ball. But is that a healthy line of thinking from a player, from a team standpoint, to see an opponent as a get right game?
Never, no. It's hard to win in this league. We understand that. We got to go in there, put our best foot forward. We got to execute the game plan. It doesn't matter if the team's undefeated or 0-5 or whatever the case may be. Any given Sunday, things can happen. So we got to stay on top of our game and make sure we're executing the game plan. And they've seen us once, and I know this since going back to Pee Wee football. It's hard to beat teams twice, after they've seen you before. So we got to understand that, and we got to take some of their punches early, and we got to bounce back and throw some ourselves. So again, it's one of those games where it's a division game. They're tough to win, and we got to be ready for it.
Gotcha. Thanks, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, Vic.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. So you have been consistently a guy who is accountable. In every opportunity from the first time you joined this team, and it's no different now. I know. My question though is, do you feel a sense, because you do put this isn't about putting pressure on you. I want to make it clear. It's about the need to do what you're there to do. Step up and kind of take charge, be the guy. And I feel like in Bill's past years, those top players, which you're one, that's when they rise. The situations like this, lose 2 in a row. Okay, it's time for me. It's a team game. But do you feel more of that sense of, hey, I have to do my part in the biggest way possible?
Yeah. It's a loaded question, but I think doing my part, sometimes it's doing less, allowing myself to trust my teammates around me and taking the check down when possible and not trying to force things down the field. So I got to go out there. I just got to make the right decisions, make the right throws, allow our guys to, catch the ball in space and make some plays for us. So I think it's not as simple as it sounds, but, it can be as simple as that. Just, doing my job, whatever is asked upon me, and making the right decisions. And
one follow-up, when you look at it as a whole, the core of what this team is, and Stefan and Devin and looking around the defensive guys, I just feel like, again, at the core, whatever that is, in your case, like you said, sometimes it's doing less, but it's doing the right thing that makes you slam it home. It's like, okay, we're good. We believe in ourselves. We believe we're a really good team. But this is like the time you have to show it, and those who are perceived as being key guys, right? need to be at that level. Do you feel that sense of accountability among not just yourself, I mean, you and others in that boat?
Yeah, and it's the same. Big time players make big time plays in big time games, and we got to show out, and but again, it's not a week by week basis, or every game you've got to show up. You got to find a way to show up, or else you have a chance to lose that game. All the last 2 weeks. So we got to find ways that our guys step up and make plays for us, and like I said, it starts with me.
Thank you, Josh.
Hey, Josh, we talked a lot of times last year with Mitch and Dion about, the kind of mindset that John Feliciano brought to the line. I mean, do you feel like he can kind of energize things for you guys? I mean, getting a guy like that, a locker room guy back like that, and the way that he plays the game with that nasty style, when he gets back, could that energize you guys a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. And he's a guy that, everybody in the locker room loves him, and he's got energy, and he's got a dog to him. So, just having his presence around and trying to keep everybody, on the same page. And he's one of those guys that really, gets guys to rally around him. So, if we get him back this week or the next week or whenever the case is, it'll be great to have him back on the field with us.
And you talked about how much, growing up you were, a sports fan, and some of the memories that you have from those moments. 2 tough games for Bills fans. Obviously, tough for you too. But what would be your message to those fans that, are down in the dumps, that are questioning things after 2 tough games like this? What would you say to them?
It's a long season. We're 4-2. We had a good chance this week to go out and get back on track, and we had a tough division game that everybody gets excited for division games too. So I don't know what else to say. We're going to keep doing what we're doing, playing hard.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.